Hi, class. Today, for this discussion forum, I chose to research and I'm going to talk to you about the Paul Revere House. We all know that Paul Revere was the famous Midnight Rider who went to warn Lexington and Concord that the British were coming. However, he couldn't finish his ride, but that is what he is known for. His house is in Boston and it was built approximately 1680. However, Paul Revere lived there from about 1770 ish to 1800. He sold it. It wasn't declared a national landmark until about the 60s, I believe, early 60s. Um, It is run by the Paul Revere Memorial Foundation, and that foundation also takes care of the Pierce Hitchborn home, which is the oldest known brick structure in Boston. And I believe the two are next door to each other. I've never been there, but I really, really want to go now. The Paul Revere House has a couple aspects that is educational. Obviously, or not obviously, but their mission is education, and they want to educate the public or whoever's interested in obviously Paul Revere, his Midnight Ride, but also he was a blacksmith, and some of the things that he made are at that house, so you can see some of his work. The house itself the architecture is very historical. So for those that might be into architect and the different type of older buildings, that is part of the education that the Paul Revere House provides if you're able to visit. The same with the Pierce Hitchborn home, if that is really maintained due to its architecture and just the history and the way things were made, which is really pretty neat. So the house is actually 3 stories, which is, to me, seems pretty big. And when you look up a picture of it online, it just looks like totally like something right out of the Revolutionary period. So they've done a really good job maintaining it. It did undergo a couple restorations or renovations. I think one was like in the early 1900s, I believe is what they said. And they restored it, or they did some restorations. And then the second one, I can't remember. It was sometime in recent history, but just think it's really cool that they would maintain the house. I do think Paul Revere was a big part of the American Revolution. I loved learning about him, and I think almost every kid that grows up in America, at least my age, we all heard about Paul Revere. The British are coming, and that's how we learned about the American Revolution. And so for his house and his home and his work to be preserved, it's pretty neat. And I really want to go see it now. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully y'all Google it, and hey, maybe we might run into each other there. Have a good day.